Welcome to another video from me. This time I want to go through the patch notes of patch 5.1 because I'm really excited about that patch and I think they are quite fresh and released on 10 AM. So yeah, let's get through that, and I hope that I can get this quite quickly because these are very long. So I'm very sorry for that duration and the time we need for that, and of course I'm sorry for speaking without a formal script, so please apologize my English, and yeah, when I'm looking and searching for words, my apologies. Okay, let's start. We have playable content, of course, new main scenario quest. Let's skip that, of course, because we don't want any spoilers here. Yeah, the 24-man raid, some new pictures for that. I'm really excited about that. Yoha Dark Apocalypse, I'm really excited to see if they can put that vibe of Nier Automata into the game, with the big colossal enemies and the post-apocalyptic scenery. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how they implement that and how it merges into the world of Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, new side story quests have been added. Okay, custom deliveries. That's quite something I never did, I think, but yeah, seems to be a quite highlighted feature. Beast tribes. Okay, I didn't like the beast tribes in Stormblood because you were underwater and had to swim all the time. I hope that Pixie Beast tribe will be a different story. So let's see if that is the case. Yeah, quest sync, I think you know that from other beast tribes. It syncs to your level. Okay. Yeah, of course, beast tribe daily quests that will be unlocked when you complete the quest storyline. And then we have the New Game Plus, where actually we don't have the Realm Reborn being part of it, but that will be soon in patches after patch 5.1. I don't know when they implement that, but at the moment you can play Heavensward and Stormblood and the Shadowbringers storyline. I'm really, really excited about that, and I really like that they did that feature, and for content creators like me, it's an insane feature. Really have to admit that. As well as the Chronicles of New Era and the book that you can revisit some remarkable scenes and moments of the storyline. Okay, if you want to see what the what you need to do in getting into that content, just read through that by yourself, and slowly I will link the patch notes into the description if you're completely interested in a specific part and I went through that too fast, then I'm sorry, and yeah, just go into that patch notes and visit that part and read through that. The difficulty of combats, instant battle combats, like the fights in the Nadam step or something like that, now have a chance to increase or decrease, better to say, the difficulty for those people that are experiencing some problems with the battles and maybe are not that used to MMOs or RPGs. It's a quite good idea, and I think props to Square for that. The details are quite here. Guild leaves. The number of items required for craft and fisher leaves has been adjusted. I think that means they have been reduced, and I really welcome that patch change because sometimes you are completely throwing in all the guild to get your crafters leveled up. I'm glad that I already finished all my crafters, so no, I think I just missed one, but yeah, it's okay. New bicolor gemstones, maximum storage has been increased, that's great. And you also receive new rewards for the exchange. That's also great because I really don't know what to do with that. And yeah, for the treasure hunt, the rewards have been adjusted. I don't know, that's a cryptical description. Cannot say what that means. Grant and free companies, you have craftable items. Many details here, some items have been increased. that you need, I think. Yeah, the number of items required. Okay. Some new wards have been added to, I think, the worlds Spriggan and Twintania, to the worlds. But maybe we also have different and more plots for other worlds in the future patches. Okay. New furnishings, as you can see from the pictures here. You can now remain seated when interacting with furnishings. A great idea. Something we absolutely needed all the way around. And you can also have now Yor and Ellison mannequins. Mannequins? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just a German guy. But okay. New aquarium fishes. You can see the details by yourself and get through that. New icons. The new gate, so the slices right, has been added. I think that is something where you have to remember something, and it looks like being the part where Susano is putting a player into the stone and you have to remember the position of that. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Some more adjustments. A higher resolution layout for the Dorman Mayong. I never played that, but yeah, high resolution is always good. Triple Triad, new cards have been added. Okay, that's quite nice as well. Scenario mode has been added to the trust system. I don't know what that means exactly, but I think that means you can participate in some other things that are not also the dungeons, or maybe it's another mode for you to go into that dungeons. I don't know, but we will see in the patch. Yeah, very many performance adjustments, especially when you're performing in an ensemble. I don't know, I never did that. But as you can see, you can adjust many settings here and to configure many more things than you could before, I think. And I can see the ensemble mode has been added, so that's a complete new feature. And I think you can play together with other players in a band, an ensemble, and I really like that. Go through that if you want to know further details about it. And that is a big change for me personally. The saxophone has been added. Yes, we needed a saxophone, definitely needed that for memes on YouTube and everything else. So I'm very excited about that. Wondrous Tales. It seems that we are getting better prizes and better rewards for that. And also Eden's Gate has been added to Wondrous Tales. The Garo collaboration has ended, but yeah, of course that was announced early on, so no surprise about that. And now the battle system. That is the big change I'm really excited to see and look over. And as we can see, we have quite few changes on the tanks. That means they seem to be in a quite good spot. I would have hoped for some warrior changes in, maybe those damaging reasons, I would say. But of course, I'm not completely geared up, so that could be something that on higher level with higher gear could change due to the progressive nature of the warrior. That's always a part where warrior is shining when he progresses through the gear and through the expansion and grows stronger and stronger. And as you can see, one big change I would say is that Holmgang's duration has been increased from 6 to 8 seconds. That means you have the opportunity to tank away mechanics like three-folded attacks like from Titania Extreme. And that's quite a nice change, I think. And all the heavy defensive cooldowns have been increased from the duration standpoint. Shadow War, Nebula, and Sentinel, as well as Vengeance and Raw Intuition. Okay. As we can see, the Monk has been changed a bit. Potency, I'm not so deeply into the Monk, but we have a nerf here. Area of effect has been changed from a cone to all nearby enemies. No, that's a buff. So you have, that's quite better. A cone is much less area than to all nearby enemies. Effect potency has been reduced from 20 to 10%. That's meaning the defensive opportunity of Mantra. I think Mantra was the defensive thing that increases healing or something like that. Yeah, and I think Anatman now triggers the cooldown of weapon skills upon execution and cannot be executing during weapon skill cooldowns. Okay, I think when I read that correctly, that means the complete overhaul of this Anatman opener, which on the other hand grants my friend Gomro's opener much more value, I would say, because Anatman somehow planned to use the time in between and some server lags, input lags, and all this stuff to make it so complicated. But with that change, I think, yeah, it's completely redundant and you will use that in transition phase or something like that. Okay, the Dragoon, yeah, simply just receives push to his boost and to his damage output. Yeah, Mirage Dive potency has been increased by 50. That's amazing because Mirage Dive will be used very oftenly. Yeah. Gears Kogul, I don't know how to spell that. It's always a mess with that spell. Blood of the Dragon recast time has been reduced. That's quite a quality of life change, I would say. Yeah, overall just some increased potencies, which in the fact of Mirage Dive will make a big difference, I think. Okay, the Ninja, I'm completely not into Ninja, so please apologize. I cannot tell you if that seems so many changes. And yeah, as you can see here, potency has been increased from 400 to 800. That is a big change, and I cannot give you my opinion on that because I'm not into Ninja. I'm just leveling him on level 63. So yeah, if you want to know about Ninja, maybe some other YouTuber will get about that and dig deeper into that. Okay, as you can see, I think every ability has been changed or adjusted. That is amazing. So I think the Ninja is getting the biggest overhaul of all times. Yeah. Okay, so you have to go into that details with your Ninja mentor or with by reading through that by yourself and understanding that. I cannot tell you at the moment. Okay, Samurai has been changed quite a bit too, and I think the same thing like in the Anatman opener or the Anatman adjustments for the monk can be seen here to meditate. Yeah, that's quite something that made the rotation a bit difficult and a bit more yeah, ping relative and latency relative. So yeah, that seems to be changed as well to have the to be more used inside transition phases and not just being pushed into weapon skill cooldowns. As you can see, cannot be executed during weapon skill cooldown. Okay, Hagakure increases the Kanki gauge from 5 to 10. That's also quite a nice change. Quality of life, I would say. And here, global cooldown when executing this action is now affected by skill speed. That's quite a boost. Not a significant one, but yeah, I would say because some samurais have the skill speed set up, it's quite a boost as well. Potency is now fixed at 400. Requirement for execution is now fixed at 3 stacks of meditation. Okay, so you need to get your meditation completely stacked to use Shoha, which is quite nice because it had yeah, somehow strange position inside the rotation at the moment. Recast time has been increased from 1 to 15 seconds, so you cannot spam that, but during the changes to due to the changes of meditate, you won't have the chance to do so. I don't know why they did that. Okay, but it has some reason, and I don't question that reason. Okay, we have very much new effects to all these spells, to all the spells that need some Kanki and some of your symbols. Grants a stack of meditation up to a maximum of 3 has been added. Okay, oh, that means that you can passively get meditation stacks through all your finishers, through all your attacks that require you using those samurai symbols, that's yeah, quite nice, and that will definitely change the rotation of the samurai. Or at least it will give you another opportunity to get access to Shoha, which is, yeah, that's quite nice, a good change. Jinpu and Shifu have been increased. Okay, the samurai was a bit lacking on AoE, so that's quite nice. Fuga radius has been changed, has been increased, and the cone size has been increased. That's auch, yeah, that's quite a nice change. Yukikaze combo potency as well. AoE department was a bit weak on samurai. And the Meikyo Shizui status icon will now display the number of weapon skills that can be executed without combo requirements. Okay, that's quite a quality of life change. Okay, Bard. I personally, I try to get through that, but I'm leveling the Bard on level 74, so I cannot say about the end game rotation. But it seems that they have been, yeah, that the damage over time potency seems to be reduced overall. Yeah, everything has been reduced. On the other hand, we have Troubadour being the recast timer being reduced as well. And Sidewinder on the other hand deals a bit more damage. Okay, the Wondrous Minuet grants the Wondrous Minuet to all party members within 30 yards, increasing their critical hit rate by 2% has been added. Okay, that, if I remember correctly, all these have been new pushings and buffs to the party. That means the Bard has become and will be in the old state, like in Stormblood, he buffs the party. That's great. That's something that many players have told their anger about, because yeah, Bard seemed to be the flat DPS range DPS damage dealer, and now is a support damage dealer again, which is quite where he ever has been and should be, in my opinion. Okay, Apex Arrow, this is something I haven't already inside the game. I haven't unlocked it, but that seems to be heavily reduced. But on the other hand, we have a side effect. Potency increase up to 600 as soul voice gauge exceeds the minimum cost. So I think that is something that makes up for that big change right here. Yeah, so we will see how that is affecting the DPS of the Bard. But yeah, these changes here, buffing the group with all these songs, that is something we really waited for, and I really like to see, and I'm really, yeah, pushed and excited to play the Bard to its endgame rotation and combat system. Okay, Mechanist seems to have an overall increase of potency. Yeah, just it's now affected by skill speed. Yeah, everything is just making him stronger. As you can see, everything is just pushing the Mechanist. The Dancer seems to be increased as well, which was absolutely needed. And yeah, these potency changes seem to be quite high, so I think this could get the Dancer back into the meta, because yeah, as you can see, maybe 4 spells have been increased by 50 potency. That is a high number. And here we also have recast timer of Shield Samba. That should be something defensive according to the name. I don't know. I actually haven't played the Dancer at the moment. Still, yeah, didn't unlock him either. So yeah, let us see. I think it's just a buff where buff is needed. And yeah, the Black Mage seems to be staying at the same state we have right now. Yeah, the triple cast status icon will now display the number of spells that can be cast with no cast time. That's nothing. Yeah, it's just a graphical improvisation and graphical improvement for the Black Mage. Okay, now to the Summoner. This is something let us just see how many changes have been done here. Okay, that's a big overhaul. That's something I have expected, and that's somehow needed. And let's get through that. I'm really excited to see what they did. Okay, Eggy Assault. Action category has been changed from ability to spell. If I get that right, that means it's no OGCD anymore. That you have to decide between Eggy Assault and using Rune. That's great, because I really like having much OGCDs, but in the case of the Summoner, it just feels wrong. Just being something you can weave into your rotation, and it's just an unnecessary addition to your rotation. And now it's just a replacement of that part of Rune you would instead use in that position. So I think they will increase the potency of those Eggy Assaults in the to make up for that. Yeah, as you can see here, potency has been increased from 60 to 200. The Shining Topaz, I think that is one of the Eggy Assaults. I cannot remember them completely, but I would say these potency increases. Aerial Slash is definitely one of those Eggy Assaults, so that definitely has been increased, and that makes this combat system placed upon your pets way more active, and I'm really excited to see that. Firebird Trance. Recast time has been reduced from 60 to 55 seconds. Okay, as well as Dreadworm Trance, so that means I think they have the idea of lining it up better to the common buff windows and synergy in raids. Let us see what Tsundere is telling me about that. I will definitely ask for help on that topic at him, and I will consult his wisdom on Summoner for that reason. And I will definitely upload a new rotation in 5.1 for the Summoner that implements all these changes into the right spots. Okay, Tri-Disaster now deals unexpected damage with a potency of 300. The additional effect of Ruination has been removed. That means Ruination is out of the game, and its makeup therefore is 300 potency dealing Tri-Disaster. Okay, that's quite nice, because you have more the feeling of pushing in damage right in that moment, and with that spell, that's quite nice, because you also have the opportunity to put more bursty damage into your enemy, and maybe clearing fast at phases more quickly. So that's quite a nice change, I think. But we will see how that calculates all the missing parts of having OGCDs that consume no damage in your rotation. If that is calculated correctly by Square, and I hope so. I really hope so, because I really like the Summoner's idea, but these flaws were definitely in game. And I can see this. Summon Bahamut. Worm Wave can now be executed immediately after being summoned. That is a big change. That is one of the biggest change we always wanted, and something the engine couldn't give us and couldn't handle. So now summoning Bahamut tells us we can start the action right when he's there. That's great. Okay, all these potencies increases are to the pet abilities, as you can see here. Barrier Strength from Earth and Armor. Okay, let us skip that, of course. Now all Enhanced Bane now always extends the duration of Bio and Miasma applied by Bane to the full duration of their original effects. Okay, that means it also is working for single target reasons, right? If I'm getting that correctly, that will give you a tool to extend the duration of your dots. That's amazing. Okay, let's see if I read that correctly and if I understand that correctly. But that is a quite nice tool to get back into, to stay into the rotation. That's amazing. Okay, that was the Summoner. All the things we have considered being changed have been changed, and I think, to the right direction. So I think Square has listened to the feedback they received on the summoner. That's perfect. Thank you, Square, for listening to your community. Red Mage. Okay. Effect now applies to the next 3 Were Thunder, Were Flare, Were Holy. Okay. The duration has been increased. So you have this effect much longer, but the recast time has been increased. So you won't have access to that spell oftenly, but a longer period. So you cannot, you cannot lose it due to some bad timings on the pull and something like that. Yeah, that's quite nice. And of course, the AoE has been increased here as well, and the potency has been increased for main spells, especially for Reprise. And Enhanced Jolt, I don't know what this actually does in the current state of the game, but it seems to increase the potency of Were Thunder and Were Arrow. Yeah, that sounds for me like a different version of the Enhanced Jolt effect. Yeah, I cannot say for now if that is what the Enhanced Jolt effect does in the game, but it seems to be a completely new type of enhancement. So I think that is a big increase to potency, which the Red Mage needed. So, okay, great. I don't know exactly what this means, but we will see that later on. White Mage Scholar, I'm not completely into that. So please apologize as well. Go through that by yourself and ask maybe FFXIV Momo or some else that are completely into healing rolls, and yeah, maybe you should consult them. Okay, the tank roll Reprisal is now being increased. The duration, that's quite nice because it had quite timing issues, but of course that makes everything a bit easier. Yeah, I'm quite split about that with my opinion. The recast time has been reduced. I don't know, rescue is the ability that you need to push or to pull another player towards your position, right? Okay, then it's quite nice. You have a better recast time now and can use it more often. Enhanced Outburst following trait has been added. Okay, this increased the potency of Outburst. I don't know if that is more than before, but no, it actually seems to be later on just. Level 76 is very late, so it just seems to be on a later spot to push down the superiority of the summoner on low levels in AoE reasons.